Hello everyone. So I'm coming with this live in a more natural, relaxed space. But I wanted to come today to do this live because I just had to. So we're having a chat today about micro work, creating lasting change through small shifts. So I'm hoping that you're going to like this little live, and whoever comes on, fantastic. So I'm going to start with an open guided meditation so we can zone in and zen in and just relax whatever's going on around us and hope for the best. That's all we can do in this life. Okay, so it's a theme, trust the process of small change. So before we begin today, let's take a few moments to slow down, allow your body to settle, relax your shoulders, soften your jaw, and if it feels comfortable, gently close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a slow breath in and gently breathe out. Again, breathe in slowly and breathe out. Let your breathing become natural and pause. Now imagine your life as it is right now. Not perfect, just as it is. Pause. Now imagine small moments throughout the day. Small thoughts, small actions, small decisions. Pause. Now imagine something gently shifting. Not everything at once, but small things, and a thought becomes softer, a reaction becomes slower, a decision becomes more intentional. Now pause, because that's a mouthful. Now notice something important. You are not forcing change, you're allowing it. Through small repeated shifts, pause. Now remember yourself. I don't need to rush. I don't need to change everything. I can trust small steps. Take a slow breath in and gently breathe out. And when you're ready, bring your awareness back and we'll begin today's live. Yeah! So a big round of applause for whoever's going to watch this. And it's okay. What's the time? 5 o'clock. Gosh, I'm on time today as well. So welcome to this series. This is about micro concept work, not steps work. So I'd like to say hello and welcome back. So we want to explore micro work today, concept work today. So the idea that small shifts in awareness, thinking and behaviour can gradually change how we experience our life. And then we pause again. So we've talked about awareness, small adjustment, repetition. I get the word wrong. Your inner narratives, your identity, your emotion, and consistency. So I hope you've pieced together exactly what it means to you and where it's led you, all of these elements. Because if you haven't actually taken the time out to see your past journey, then you're not really going to know if any of these areas are important to you. So awareness, I use that a lot. Small adjustments, we do need to make those adjustments. Repetition, I forget the word. Your inner narrative as well, your identity, your motive and consistency. I got a bit of a slur, so you can understand what I'm saying. So look at all of these areas from the show, the lives that I've done. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm sure together you would have pieced together something that is going to be very magical to you. And today we're bringing all of that together. So now I'm going to show you how it looks. And then you can maybe say to yourself, okay, so now I understand what she's saying about the different elements of micro concept steps. And now it's about micro concept work. And now I'm going to see how it applies to my life. And today we will bring that full circle. So, because today is about understanding something humongously deeper for you and your life and your dreams, how micro concept work creates lasting change, and that's what we want. So let's pause for a minute. I want to ask you, have you ever tried to change something in your life and it's just stayed stuck in stone? Doesn't want to shift, doesn't want to go nowhere. Ask yourself that question. I've had this situation many times. I'm still in the situation now where it's just been like that for over 20 years. So I just want it to go away. And it is stuck in stone and it needs to just go. So it makes you maybe feel your negative emotions, which is not healthy for you at all. It's like fight or flight. It can help you, it can hinder you. Sometimes survival mode is good, but most of the time it can create not so good lasting changes in the future. So we have to be careful. So overwhelming situations need to be looked at. So you can type yes if you resonate with what I'm saying. So why big changes don't last? So let's start here. A lot of people try to change their life through big actions, big plans, big decisions, and sometimes it works for a short time. Then we're up there. I know a few people like this. I was just speaking on the phone to someone about it, and they can't see because they just want to be big again. But you can't really do that to yourself. You have to take, like I said, the micro concept steps, the small little ones. And if you can do that for yourself and be satisfied and practice gratitude, then it's fantastic for you, because at the end of the day, I say all of the time, small steps make huge advances at all times. And no, we cannot, as Bob Proctor says, see the whole staircase, because we cannot, because it's just going to make us far too open to seeing too much. And if that's your life, when you are walking around or going places and running errands, and then you're seeing basically everything that you want within a goal, look, that's like a crash waiting to happen. And we don't want that. And sometimes it might work for the short term where it's not going to be lasting. Do you want sustainability? Do you want it to last? Or is it a short-term goal? That's fine, but you will know the difference. But I'm looking for sustainability. I want a life where it is going to benefit me and stay in a position where you're not so much in the stress mode all of the time, or survival mode. Survival mode is not good to be in. That's like a fight or flight situation. Fine. But it's not good to stay in that situation. So we're looking at how we can really upgrade life that's going to be beneficial for your health and well-being, your family, your friends, and just interconnecting. And wherever you go, you just connect with the good situations and you just keep flourishing. Let's just leave it at that. So let's pause and ask ourselves this why question. Why do we want a better way of being, a better way of life? Because the brain prefers what is familiar. And when the familiarity leaves us, it's like, sometimes it can be the end of the world. Sometimes it can put you in shock. Sometimes you can just run with it and say, okay, where I can have fun along the way, and maybe bringing something familiar, or maybe bringing something that's not, and just be patient and wait for the goodness of the, I might say manifestation, or the transition, or celebration, or the happiness. Yes, whatever you are looking to do for your micro concept work, you have to take a back seat and say to yourself, is this worth it? That the actual, I don't want to say goal, but the work, is it worth it when I reach the destination that I want to reach? If it's yes, then fine, carry on, and you're feeling uncomfortable. But if it's no, don't even bother, because it's going to be a longer stretch, and you don't want to be feeling negative or negative emotions or negative feelings for a long period of time, because you won't be doing anything good for your health. Yes, so, or your happiness, and happiness is very important. Like, we have to make a joyful noise most of the day, but a lot of people don't know how to be joyful. They know how to be joyful when they've got the, you know, maybe the brand new car, or the brand new designer outfit, but that's going to be short-term happiness. We need to learn how to practice being happy, and that is something that can be not so easy to do. So it's a part of my micro concept work at the moment. Try my best just to be happy through, like, if I've got beliefs and the belief doesn't incorporate what I know I should and should not be doing, then I might lose some happiness. But I've got to come to a place where I've got standards. I have to just be happy, because it's me, and I can't let any forces come in and where it's they're able to come in and make me sad. But it's the most difficult situation. So I wish you the best in that area, but I'm just giving some examples. So the brain is always feeling something is more familiar, but I'm going to say it is wired to just continue with what it's seeing. And it is a pain because you cannot see the brain. I would say the mind and what it's been. When we say the brain, you've looked at a brain, go and look at one, and it's got all its different channels in it, and it rears off to all different places, like we might say a matrix, our brain is. So the brain has a journey inside of it, believe it or not, and get to know it a bit more. I might actually do some episodes around it, because it might just be very interesting. And then you want to get it somewhere else, and you need to have the believability. You might have gone through some type of, you know, experience that has just dredged you down, and you just keep seeing the same thing of the past where it has not helped you, and then you want to get to the happy space, the happy spot, but it's not happening. Why? Because the outer world is in control. It just doesn't want to help you shift. And I know this. What I'm talking about, I understand, because I've experienced it. And no, I'm not the most happiest person in the world. But what I do know is you have to put the practice in. So this is why I come on the live, to have a good talk with you all, to wake myself up in understanding some areas. And then when I'm trying to connect with others, sometimes it's just not familiar with what I'm talking about. So you sometimes have to say to yourself, how am I going to make this work for me? So you got so many different tools. What do you enjoy? Writing, reading, writing a song about really what you are looking to enjoy. Go to the seaside. Go and spend time with your children. Go out for dinner. Just take that break there and then reflect. Go and take a weekend holiday. Yeah, that's always a nice one as well. Many things you can do in order for you to make this brain of yours, rewire it, say, hey, this is a new journey. This is the way life is going to be. And no, it may not be there every single day, what you're looking for, but you have to keep practicing. And that is micro concept steps. So it's a bit of a tongue twister sometimes. Then micro concept work. So we're on to the work now. Okay, so it's okay to feel uncomfortable, but not all of the time. So I'm working on, for example, I'm working on some songs. I'm definitely going to finish them today. I haven't felt uncomfortable, I just haven't had the focus I need today. But yeah, I'm not going to bed till they're done. So I'm going to be feeling a little bit uncomfortable getting these songs done, and hearing it's not to my taste. It's got to do for now, because I have to go to the studio about 3, 4, 5 times to get it perfected the way I want it. But it's fine. So you have to feel uncomfortable for a little while. And we go back to what we know. That's another situation that is not easy, because we always revert backwards. You try to stay in the right lane, but this, I say, mind, this brain, can come up with the memory that is not so pleasing. And sometimes it can just flare up from nowhere. I've had it. And I'm like, oh no, I don't want to see this right now. And it's just in control. And I've had this over and over and over again. And then it just starts creating its story and piecing its story together, this one thought. So you've got to try and catch it as quick as you can, even if you've got a notebook. Yes, a notebook. Write it down, because that thought is the thought that you need to run with the good one. If you run with the outdated thought that hadn't served your life, then it's just going to create the future reality. And you don't want that to happen. The past is the past. What wasn't good for the past, from the past, squash it as much as you can, if you can. Or if it was a happy memory, then fantastic. You can grow it. It's best that way. Okay? Or if it's a past thought that, let me get my, if it's a past thought that was difficult and you still need to deal with it, because sometimes past thoughts are like that, and you just want some closure in some areas, excuse me, then fine. That will be fine. I can't find my charger. Oh my god. This is going to run out. Bear with me. I've lost my charger. So anyway, you make the decisions that you want to make for yourself. Here it is. Where is it? Oh, you make the decision that you want to make at the end of the day. Don't make decisions that are going to hurt you, or decisions that you cannot see. I can't believe that my charger's not working. I've really messed this up, because I don't normally come in this room. Normally. I'm normally downstairs, and it's a lie, but never mind. It's not informal, this live. Where is my charger as well? I've lost all my chargers, you know. The children will come in and take my chargers. Do you have that with your children? Love them to bits, but they won't go and buy their own. They'll come and take mine. So I found it. That's the wrong one as well. I found it. my gosh, all the chargers have gone. And I have my stuff organised, you know. Found it. Don't worry, I'm going to sew all these wires. So remember, when it comes to the forts, you can either let it control you, or you can let it or you can make it help you. That's the word. Sorry about that. It took me long because I've got so much wires here. It's unbelievable. And how long did that take me? So anyway, I'm gonna work, because I was reading off my notes as well, because I wasn't actually gonna come on here today because I had so much other things on my mind. But it's okay. We all have blipses. So when we try to change everything at once, it might feel uncomfortable. So if it's too many things, like I've just had a little blips with my chargers, and I'm not happy with the situation. So what I'm gonna do is get a plug and have it on the floor so I can reach my charger easily, because I've got too much wires around the place. So make your life as comfortable as you possibly can, and go back to what you know. Okay, if you have to, if it's feeling too uncomfortable, don't try and stay with what is hurting you. Okay, if it is hurting you, if it's enjoyable, then fine. Yes, that's where we really want to be. So the science of small shifts now. So when you repeat something small, think to yourself, is this interesting to me? Ask yourself some questions. Are you having fun here? Like I do that with my songwriting. And I really look at it and I say to myself, am I having fun? And I'm always having fun. And I even listen to the beats. I say, does it resonate with me? Does it align with me? Is it going to be helpful for whoever listens? So do that with anything that you are interested in, and not make it work against you. Okay? So now, when you repeat something small, your brain begins to recognize it as normal. This is part of how habits form. And so you will have good habits, or you have bad habits. And we all have good and bad habits, all of us. So how to identify these forms? So I was looking at something yesterday, and I said, how the hell did I get here? And it's because of not having enough finances. Because if I pushed for that, no matter what role it was, and I made sure I saved my money, I would have lived in a different environment, which would have been able to resonate with my higher vibrations, so to speak. So you have to see why you have created certain habits in your life. Past, did you want to live your certain lifestyle? If not, you can retrain yourself to have the life you want, but you got to know that you're going to be on a journey that is going to have to recondition some certain things. Things just don't come on a plate just like that. And people think like that. They think, oh, it's just going to come and materialise. When I speak to people, sometimes I want to talk about it, sometimes I don't. Because I know what work and effort they have to put in. It's not a pie in the sky dream when you do. That's why I said I've started to do micro concept work. And there's the micro concept step. But it's worth it because it's your life. If somebody wants something on a plate, then they're just going to exhaust themselves for one. Two, they will also not really feel happy. And three, they will suffer a blips in where they won't be able to see what they are actually wanting. And that's the whole point of micro concept work. You're meant to see it, not touch it yet, but you see it. And that's meant to be the enjoyment, the actual middle ground, and the steps that you're taking. Because what's the point of wanting it? Like I had a music lesson last week. I'm talking about music again. I was yawning and everything, and my teacher thought I was bored. I was not bored, but I had to yawn. I got to do what I got to do. Why should I hold back my yawn for? And I noticed a lot of the time when I done my music class that I was holding back my yawns. And I said to myself, no, it's going to hinder me if I do that to myself. And I was stretching and everything. And I was just being free within myself. And at the end, he said, oh, if you're not interested, not to me directly, but indirectly, if you're not interested in music, then there's no point doing the job. So next week, I'm going to let him know, you know, just be free in what you're doing and be happy. Because if you're going to be stuck up, yes, and you're going to feel uncomfortable within your skin, then you're not going to have the enjoyment and you're not going to create the way you love to. Yes, it's like drawing a picture. Yeah, and that picture has to look nice to you. You might be scribbling it all over the place, left, right and centre. And to others it's like, oh, that's a baby picture. But to you, you're so happy that you got to distress and express something, even if it was something, and just go messy, because you fed up of everything just being about everything having to be maybe so humongously neat. I don't know what it may be. I don't know. I know with my home, I'm looking at it and I was like, I'm just not happy with the clutter. I've got to sort everything out. But I know over time, I'm going to sort it out. And I'm going to get new furniture and everything's going to come in, because I've been looking at it and I've been saying to myself and speaking about it every single day. So I look around and I actually just decorate and design. I'm seeing new designs I've never seen before, but when I first saw it, I was like, okay, am I going to be able to do that? That's right out of my reach. Now I'm like, yes, I'm going to get there, because it looks fantastic. So I know that even if it's here or somewhere else, it's going to look spectacular, because I see the image. So it depends on your habits. If your habits are going to control you, because I'm telling you, some habits like can be a pain, like my exercising. I've been trying to get into this exercise routine for so many years. But not that I'd rather sit down, but I would rather just do a little bit of 10 minutes. It's not going to help me. I need to do some rigorous training, and it's painful. It's very, very painful when you haven't been doing it. And I'm a person that likes exercise, but I'm out of practice. So the bad habits might hinder, you know, what you're really trying to say you want to do. Remember that. So try and look at your habit trackers and do everything every day to say, even if you're zoned in and looking at it, I'm going to. You just look at it. Eventually you'll see the change. But today it's not here. Then people get out. No, you got to get out of that. But you got to train yourself to get out of that. I used to be like this as well, where I'm looking at something and then it doesn't happen, because people don't think it's going to happen when you don't see it. But how can you see it if you've just seen it today? So people are not looking at it. You have to look and then you have to see. Then you look at it again, and then, is it for you? Is it not for you? Some things take years for some. You know, it is what it is. It depends how you're seeing it. That's why it's taking so long. Because if you're saying to yourself, no, 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 it's not going to happen, that's what you really are going to bring to your life. And then some people are not aware of it. So every small action will be valid to you. You don't need these big. Why you don't need these big actions is the small, you'll be able to see it. And then say to yourself, okay, all right. And then the next step, and then you'll see that it's there maybe in the next 2 weeks. And then you will have more belief in yourself to say, hey, where I looked, because it's about the looking, instead of, oh, just picking it up and going to the shop and picking it up. That's easy. That's quite empty as well. You can even go shop and buy. Waiting is nice. And looking at what you love and enjoying it. I like to daydream a lot. So every small action, every repeated thought, is it good for you? Is it not? It's creating a pathway. And the more you repeat it, the stronger it becomes. And that one's not so easy because you can't see your brain, obviously. You cannot see how it's been wired. And you cannot see your thoughts. Well, you can see your thoughts, but like sometimes you're looking at your thoughts are not outside. So sometimes it's good to write. And it's not always helpful, the writing, because what I realise with thoughts is it's showing you what type of experience you want. I feel that's what thoughts are doing. Or you can, it's a bit deep. I don't want to go into thoughts. So the stronger it comes. So just pause. If it's not helping you, I've got the lives on here. You can go back on it. It does talk about thoughts that are not beneficial to you and how you can overcome that. And then write. But sometimes you can get procrastination where you just can't move from that situation because I feel like it just needs to be sorted out, done and dusted for it to never ever come back again. Do you see what I mean? Because many have recurring thoughts. I'm very adamant on that one because I know how my mind has been messing me around for so many years. So instead of trying to force a new life, you just need to build it slowly. You don't need to rush around because it's going to backfire if you do. Because that rushing around is the actual habits you're placing, the experience you're placing, the new routine you're placing into your life. And that's just going to be your normality every single day. That's rushing around. You've taught yourself to just rush around. So you're going to have to undo it. And then you're going to sit back and think, oh my gosh, I'm hectic. I'm feeling stressed because you've programmed yourself to rush around. So just be mindful on how you're doing it. And it just really works that way. I remember I used to live in London and I used to just rush and walk fast. It took me years to get out of wanting to walk very, very fast. So it can bring stress. Repetition. This is our life. This is who we are. Take the time out. If you can, I know life can be, giving you lemons instead of oranges. But even if you can give yourself an hour or two just to spend some time with what you really are trying to, I would say, manifest with your concept steps. Yes? So, micro-concept work in layers. Micro-concept work doesn't just happen in one area, it happens in layers. So thoughts, the way you speak to yourself. Layer 2 is action, what you do in small moments. So you may want to write this down. Layer 3, emotional response, how you support yourself intentionally, and then pause. And when these layers begin to align, change becomes natural, not forced. Okay. So I'm going to stop here and I'll be back next week. Yeah. With more micro concept steps. And take that time out for yourself to enjoy you. Okay? Goodbye.